French did something. I don't know.
There's some cheese somewhere in
Along
there.
the line with the immigrants, so we talk a lot about like our Italian neighbors, and so how do they view the immigrants population?
It's a lower class. I forgot to mention that. They're the lower class. They're the lowest class. And then the Quebecois, they make up a big middle class, and then there's not so much of an upper class, I wouldn't say. It's a rarity. They're
Going back, you said that they do the kiss on the cheek.
Mhm.
What about people our age?
same sort of stuff. And the kiss on the cheek, if you guys are wanting to do it, it's not really, your lips don't actually kiss them. It's just like you're kind of just putting it, you push your cheeks together, making the sound. It's stupid.
Do they hug a lot?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. I'm wondering about tics picked up socially. Like, we say like, and we flip people off, and we go like this. Like, are there social like things that they picked up physically that they do that would kind of be like, oh, that's Quebecian?
Social tics.
Argentines go like this, things like that.
When they don't know something, they go.
Yes.
Karen.
We're gonna do that all the time.
I'll keep thinking. I can't think of anything right
That's
now.
funny though.
That's something that brought to
Do
my
you think
mind.
their mannerisms are related at all to like Italians, or are they more? They're not quite that big.
Not so much, no.
Not that big.
No.
But bigger than Americans.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of hand motions. Just keep your hands moving.
If you're going to motion somebody to you, what do you do?
Nothing different.
Okay. Because some people go like
That's
this.
how we do it, yeah.
Really?
Argentines.
Oh.
Vinny, Vinny.
No, nothing there.
You say something's crazy, what would that be? Gesture-wise. You're using a gesture to say somebody's crazy.
Yeah, you would just I didn't.
Like, who we go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing special in there either. Gestures. Can't even think of
really
it.
mad at somebody.
I can't even think of anything offensive either.
They
Nothing
flip
like
people off,
this,
do
or-
Yeah, they flip people off. It's really, I mean, I'm trying hard to dig into their culture because it's really heavily American influence too. So a lot of the stuff like that stuff, and even they say all our swear words too.
They do this,
Yeah,
and then they do this.
they do it all.
That's the first time you did it with
Yes.
Chelsea?
You said they're more open and bigger with the hand motions. If someone was standing there, though, like here, we tend to close ourselves off. We cross our arms, put our hands on our hips. Are they more open?
Yeah, for sure.
So you don't see a lot of arm crossing. Or...
No, I wouldn't say as much. No.
One more request. Would you speak some French so that we can hear the placement?
I was afraid you were gonna say that. I need something to read.
Would be
In French?
the French accent.
Is there some French?
No.
Straight French, no.
I'll find something.
Read on everything French.
Do you have something, Faye? In French? Oh.
No, but it's all the names.
They're all French.
Well,
yeah, you can read that's monologue.
Like language, yeah, not like names.
A couple of the things. There's the real hard sounds for English people to make are the nasal sounds. If you can say un bon vin blanc, a good white wine, it has all the
Blanc.
un bon vin blanc. Exactly. And when you're speaking French, anytime you speak French, your tongue doesn't really move. It just kind of sits there. Like when you practice, a lot of people who are practicing trying to get the accent down, they'll stick a spoon on their tongue while they speak, just to force themselves to not to, because English is the tongue's always flipping around and going everywhere. In French, it just kind of sits there. It's all about the back of the throat and your lips.
French.
How much do you want me to read?
They're highlighting pieces of them that he's already done.
Okay.
I just had them all highlighted, so.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, just paragraph.
Okay, here's him reading in French.
Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Okay. Étudiez ce document et si cela convient, discutez-en avec les sœurs et qui vous rendent visite. Utilisez des questions qui vous aideront à renforcer les sœurs et faire de la société de secours un élément actif de votre vie. Veillez prendre soin et aider grâce aux visites d'enseignement. Henry B. Eyring, premier conseiller dans la première présidence, a enseigné la charité, bien plus que de la simple bienveillance. La charité née de la foi au Seigneur Jésus-Christ et est un effet de son expiation pour les ceux de la société de secours. Les visites d'enseignement peuvent être la charité et en action une façon importante d'exercer notre foi au Sauveur.
Very good.
There you go.
Now, will you do this? Just kidding.
English with a French dialect.
English with the French dialect.
Yes.
Okay, there's a few sounds that you want to focus on. Obviously, every time you do an I, turn it into an E. I went to visit my friend. They can't say their R's because their R's are so just kind of, it's hard to explain, but when you try to do an R in English, or French guy tries to do an R in English, it's it just kind of like muffs it up. It's in the back of his throat. My friend, they can't say THs because that's not or H's. They can't say H's. So anytime there's a word with an H, they just skip it.
I had a French teacher who'd skip hippopotamus every time.
Hippopotamus. I went to my home. That's the biggest things. Is the I. If you can get the I down, the lack of H. You don't pronounce a lot of the consonants at the end, like I said.
What I'm interested is the placement. Where you place.
So to find out in which part of the mouth the language is being formed. So you said the guy spoke in the back of his throat for
Back
that?
of your
So
throat.
what would that sound like in English? If I'm not changing my placement, I'm still in a French placement, but I'm speaking English, what would that sound like?
So what might help would be to speak something in French, to say a sentence, and to feel where that is, and then try to say the same thing in English, but in the same place.
Look at this.
And if,
Last week, my sister-in-law Florence had a birthday. They had a real nice party for her.
now can you read that same sentence, but without the,
Without the sound.
so in an English accent,
Just the same place.
but in the same place?
English, but in the same placement as
I'm an engineer, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Okay.
theater terms.
Car, take one car. Different, but put the motor in the same place. So the weight of the car is balanced.
So it's going to sound like you're talking right now,
Yeah.
except it's going to be in the place where you would say French.
So just like a
So if it's,
lighter French accent.
yeah, that would might do it.
Okay. They had a real nice party for her. I think the biggest thing you'd be able to hear is the R's. Like they over enunciate it.
Cool. Perfect. And then
You're killing me.